I just see another year of this team continuing to get better and continue to play better together.
Now, if you had a perspective like you think that we could only get worse, would you tell us?
For sure.
You would tell us right here, like, "Hey guys, I don't think you guys have it. Like, you guys are going to be worse."
I'd figure out a nicer way to say it, but I'd be like, serious changes need to be made. There needs to be personnel. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Because I'm like the way you were saying, like, yo, like, I feel like in my personal opinion, like, you guys is only up from here to have this window. In my mind, I'm like, would he say this if he didn't? Like, if he thought the complete opposite?
Champion in my vein, all of this came not by luck. Going too crazy in the stadium, got the city going nuts. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Roommate Show, where the vibes are always immaculate. A Playmaker original presented by Bet365. Obviously, we got the captain JB. We got Matty Ice. As you can tell, obviously, we're remote. We're all in different parts of the world. JB, like last summer, is in his crib in Monaco. And we're just going to talk to y'all, man, chat it up about the, season, what's been happening, and, excited to connect back with y'all.
For sure. It's been a little while. Obviously, we were doing between series and then season ended and a well-deserved break was taken,
It was, this is a week and a half since the season's over. So, get some good time to decompress, to literally do nothing, get away from basketball, and, now talk a little bit about basketball. Still not doing anything activity-wise, but, just chop it up, and, yeah.
How do your bodies feel after 90 plus games, 95 games?
95.
I mean,
right? Something like that.
What I miss? 17.
Damn.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but I
95
mean, I
games,
feel
18.
okay.
95.
Feel all right. I felt worse before. Hey, no postseason surgery, so hey.
Honestly, I feel like my body feels worse now than it did in season.
While I was in season.
Yeah.
What do you attribute that to?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just like the adrenaline or like you're just so locked in on like, I mean, because like playoffs, it was a game every other day. Like you're getting through it. So now it's just like, but my knees are barking. Like I sit down for 10 minutes with like my knees like a bent knee, not my legs stretch all the way out. It's hurting. Like I gotta I gotta get up, walk around.
And you don't have round the clock treatment.
Yeah, no round the clock treatment. I knew it was like, and I don't know, JB, I'm not sure if you feel this way, but I was every time I'm like I go to sit down, I gotta do like I'm like 50. I gotta like grab something and like lower myself down. I don't know, JB. I'm just like, damn.
I mean, I know what you're talking about. I'm not doing that, but I know what you're talking about. I don't feel the best. Like you said, like Josh said, I felt better knowing that I had to get my mind right to play at the next game during the stretch. Like now, I'm just like I'm sitting around, just
What does the summer look like for you guys? Like how long do you just kind of chill, recover, do nothing, let the body relax? When do you start doing weights? When do you start getting back in the gym? Like what does all that look like?
I don't think I'm touching a ball, but next week I'm gonna start doing some stuff. But I'm not touching a ball for like another week or two, at least. I feel like when I'm doing something, my body will feel better. So
I'll probably start lifting. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll do like a couple things when I'm on vacation next week. Just like a couple like gym, like chill, like introductory like gym stuff. And then after that, then kind of start picking it up weight wise, and then basketball. I don't know. Probably when my damn wrists and hands actually heal and actually feel comfortable.
And then, so obviously that's the physical side of it. From a mental side of it, like, I'm sure we're going to get into the season. We're going to get into the playoffs. We're going to get into everything. Are you guys from the, obviously the game ends, season's over. I'm sure for a while there's, or you guys tell me, but for a little while there's a lot of reflection and thinking about it. Are you guys, how quickly are you moving on to preparing in the off season and thinking about next season versus reflecting on this past season?
Honestly, it didn't. I don't know about you, JB. Like, it didn't feel like we were done for me until like game one of the finals. That's when I was just like, yeah, damn. Like that's like even like the time, what it was probably like 5 or 6 days in between, that game
Yeah.
6 and the start of game one. It was still like I don't know if I just didn't like it just didn't feel like that or like just didn't accept it. But then once like game one started, I'm just like, damn, like this it's over.
I agree. Like I wasn't like it didn't feel like I don't want to say like, it didn't feel like it was over, but like mentally, like I just I didn't want it to be done. Like I wasn't like
Mhm.
I was like, yeah, well, damn, the season's over. Like a breath of fresh air. Like I still haven't had that. Like it's just yeah, I just don't feel like I'm mentally even ready to relax.
Yeah.
Is watching the finals tough for you guys?
No, just don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Just don't watch it. It won't be tough if you don't watch it.
I watched a little bit of game one. I didn't watch game two. I think I'm like still like watching a little bit of like the game cast, looking at the score just because like I'm a hater. But yeah, I don't know. It's like one of the things that even like during the series, like we're talking about the series, but like even during the series, like you never feel like we were down 3-1, and like I never felt like we were down 3-1. And it's like, and that maybe that's like a benefit. Like I don't know about you, JB, like because I always felt like confident. You know what I mean? I'll say that. Like I was
Okay,
always
I
like
mean,
the confidence, like, oh
I
yeah, like we got it.
I agree with that, but I mean, I definitely felt like we were down 3-1. Like
Yeah, I was yeah. I
the
don't know. I
confidence
just felt.
the confidence
I
is
think it
still
was like
there, but
yeah. I think the
but
concept like oh we're this, but it's like we're good. But I don't know. Even like now, I'm just like I don't know. I'm watching something just to be a hater. Just to be a hater.
This Never Ordinary segment is brought to you guys by Bet365. So Saquon obviously is on the cover of Madden 26 doing the reverse hurdle. What do you guys think? Did you see the recreation of the jump? Obviously, JB, I'm sure you like this.
yeah, much deserving. One of the most iconic moves we've seen in NFL history. So it's very deserving. First year with a new team, wins a ring. Yeah.
Josh, are you going to be playing Madden?
I play college football.
Would you be playing Madden if Jaden Daniels is on the cover?
Potentially. I mean, I play
Okay.
Madden a little bit.
So make sure you weren't boycotting.
Nah. I'm boycotting this question because I don't really care about the Eagles.
Fair enough.
It's not really about the Eagles. It's just about
But it's about
the
their player.
cover. About my player? Like I'm a fan of the whole team.
No, I said their player.
So. Do you hate us the most in the division?
Because
I hate you guys the least, to be honest with
you. I hate the Giants the least. The most, I think it fluctuates. Right now, it would probably be Eagle fans.
The Eagles fans don't play, so
I know, but I hate the Eagles and the fans. So
who do you hate more, the Eagles or the fans?
The Eagles, yeah. Dallas, they suck, so they're just kind of irrelevant.
Saquon's plus 5,000 right now for odds for MVP.
Saquon plus 5,000, that's for MVP.
What's Jaden Daniels?
I don't know. I'm just reading what we have here on the slides.
He's probably up there.
He's probably up there.
See, that's how you give respect to a player on another team. Just say, hey, like, just be nice, Josh.
I didn't say anything bad about your players.
He actually just mimicked my voice.
Yeah.
So
they're all good players.
We'll settle that offline.
I will say one thing though.
Here we go.
No, I guess it's about I guess a lot of NFL players in general, but I'm only thinking of this because I was just thinking of like Eagles players. And like AJ Brown, like cold, right? And when I see him line up, I'm like, yo, this dude is a monster, like physically. And then sometimes, I guess maybe because the corners are so small, because what he went to an Eagles game, and like I don't know if it was either our game when we played Philly. Oh, sorry, Eagles game, Sixers game. And I saw, I was just like, I thought bro was gonna be like 6'5", two
Bro,
forty.
100%. 100%. I feel like football players look like 10 times bigger on TV.
Dog, I was, I don't know why. Like that was really like in my mind. I was like, yo, AJ Brown has to be 6'4", 230. Like just
Yeah.
yeah. But I was just like, I realized he was like 6'1". I was like, wait, wait a minute. But damn, but yeah,
Hot off the press from our producer Jacob, Jaden Daniels plus 850 MVP odds.
Plus
yeah,
what?
850.
850.
Who's
No surprise
the
there.
you said
Probably
what?
it has to be, I said no surprise there.
Oh.
Probably
We,
Lamar or Josh Allen got to be the favorites.
or Patrick.
Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Breaking news from Bet365. New customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. Sign up, deposit $10, place a bet for $5, and get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, player props, futures, and so much more. Whenever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER in Arizona, Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, or Virginia. Or 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. 21 plus only, 18 plus in Kentucky. Must be present in Arizona, Colorado, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, or Louisiana in select parishes. North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, or Virginia. Terms and conditions apply. App only.
What time is it? Game time.
Summertime is here, and that means it's baseball season. You know, I'll always rock with my Yankees, but while I'm down in Florida for the summer, I have to hit up some Miami games also. Matt, you ready?
Let's do it. Me, you, our wives. Game Time's low ticket prices will enable us to spend more on food and drinks once we're there. Ballpark popcorn is my favorite. Love a fun summer baseball night with the family.
With killer last minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying baseball tickets, as well as summer concert tickets, and cannot forget about those UFC tickets too.
Since Game Time is the official ticketing partner of the Roommate Show, of course we're browsing through the app, getting excited for a game already.
What I like about the Game Time app are the last minute deals. So convenient. And no surprise fees at checkout.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code ROOMIES for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply.
Again, create an account and redeem code ROOMIES for $20 off.
Download Game Time today. Remember, what time did it say it was? It's still Game Time, baby.
I think what's tough about it is, had you guys lost to Boston, I know, just to call a spade, like going into the matchup, obviously you guys were underdogs, right? Like, had you lost to Boston, I don't think the majority of the fan base would have been like super surprised because they beat you guys four times during the regular season. But you get past Boston, and it's such an amazing feeling. First Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years, and then you lose to a team that is super beatable, right? I think that's and the tone is set from game one, right? Which is obviously we could talk about, but I think that's what's I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like that's what's tough, right? It's like they're a very, very beatable team, in my opinion.
I mean, I felt like everybody was beatable.
I mean, yeah, everybody's clearly beatable. I just feel like when everyone, that's why when people always ask about like how do you deal with like the highs and lows of like the season, certain situations, expectations, like I always say, you got to keep a level head because like you can't really read the press when things are saying things are negative about you, and then you can't read it when things are positive about you. And so when everyone, obviously people were like weren't picking us to beat Boston, and then we beat Boston, it was like, oh well, like you guys are all haters, you guys all hate it, like all that stuff. And then when we're the favorite to beat Indiana, everyone was like, oh yeah, we got it, we're the favorite. And then we don't beat them. It was like, well, like you can't listen to that stuff because it's gonna set like your expectations, set your mind at a different level. And obviously, yeah, we wanted to beat them. We wish we could have beat them, but they had a number.
Yeah.
And it really started. It really started from game one. Like,
I will say, like, obviously, you know, us giving up game one was a huge like uphill battle. Um, but I'll say, like, we beat Detroit, tough series. Obviously, we beat Boston, great opponent, tough series. And like everyone thought, like, oh, Indiana, like, because there it is. But like, Indiana's been beating the hell out of they beat the hell out of the Bucks. They beat the hell out of Cleveland. Like they're playing at such a high level, and it's like you look at their numbers. I think JB, we looked at it, before the season. I mean, before the series, all these dudes are shooting high 40s from three, 50s from three. It's like in the playoffs they played, and like they found a rhythm. Give them credit, they found a rhythm. They're hot right now, so it's like we were playing an extremely hot team. So obviously it's one of those things where it's like we still think we can beat them, and we should have beat them. But it's like you can't. That's why you can't like underrate them, because like they were playing extremely well in the playoffs. So like the stuff them being a 4 seed and all that, like it's kind of out the window, because it's really just how you're playing now. It's not like what it was in the regular season.
I think I saw dating back to January, them and OKC have the two best records in the NBA.
I saw that.
You don't obviously, like, the seeding is obviously what you did in the regular season, but what really matters is like when you hit that stride at the end of the season, and like they hit that stride. Like they were the 4th seed because I think they started like 10-15 at one point. Like they started the season terribly, and then starting January they've been playing really good basketball. So it's like I said, I think we still should have beat them, but you got to give them credit because they're playing at a really high level right now.
I don't know. It's hard to describe their like how they play in fourth quarters too, because I think I saw there was like a tweet. It was 4 separate games. Each game they were down, X amount of points with X minutes left. So obviously it happened to you guys, but it happened multiple times throughout the playoffs where in the last 5-6 minutes of the game, something happens and they figure it out,
I think I don't want to say I don't want to say figure it out. I think they just pick it up, the intensity. Like, all right, this is our last push, and like they already play at such a pace that like they're playing fast, and then once they start doing that in the last couple of minutes, like they're obviously playing at an unbelievable pace, and then like they have the shot making ability. Josh even said that they were shooting like 40s and 50s like throughout the playoffs, and individually, you just couldn't obviously just like think the game was over at any point.
Like, because they play at such a high pace, it's when you get those leads, you have to continue to play it. Like, it's the opposite of what you kind of always are taught and like known to do. Because like at the end of the game, like you have the lead, you slow down, and try to get like the best shot in a sense, and kind of wait, use clock and those kind of things. But then it's like you doing that, it causes their intensity obviously to change, because like now it's like, okay, we can press up on them. They're trying to waste time. They're trying to kill time. They're going slow. So it's like that sense of like, you're kind of like keeping a lead, or like just holding on to a lead, instead of in those moments. I think you got to just continue to play fast and continue to build on the lead, how you got the lead. And it's like totally reverse, because it's normally not how we do it. Or when you get a 10-point lead, normally, like I said, you slow things down. But with them, I think it's just you get that lead and you can't play. So you got to just continue to just pick the pace up. And at that point, just kind of make it, as bad as it sounds, more like a possessing offensive game. Just because, you'll be able to score when you play with pace, you're always able to score. But once you start slowing it down, then it makes it tougher. The shot quality becomes harder.
When you're a coach, you adjust your style based on the roster that you have. But JB, I'm curious for you, having played for Rick in Dallas, like, did it feel like, did they do things throughout the series that you were like, oh, that's that's Rick's style, or that's like this feels like Rick Carlisle, or does it feel like a totally different experience because the roster is constructed so differently?
No, it feels like it's very similar. Obviously, coaches like they changed due to the personnel, but it still felt like a Rick Carlisle coach team. Like it's just the things that he did, the things that they do. Um, some things I remember when I played with him or played for him. But he's always been a great offensive like X's and O's type of coach. And he's always preached pace about like run the floor, sprinting. He's always he's always had that. And so nothing was like insanely different really. Like they ran a lot of similar plays even like last year. Right? Yeah, they have a couple wrinkles that they do. Um but like the plays that they run have so many different options if you take away something. You're gonna take away this, or we have that, right? You're gonna do this, or we're gonna do that. We're gonna counter or this. So like, it wasn't like things were insanely different. It was a lot of reading and reacting to certain things that we were doing defensively, and then they were gonna attack it a different way. And so, he's always been that way, and that's what makes him a great coach.
So we are back and better than ever with the Roommates Best of Awards, brought to you guys by 1800 Tequila, the world's most awarded tequila, obsessed with taste. I even got some 1800 Cristalino right behind me, which I'm now holding it. It's the best of the best.
This is a special end of the season Knicks edition where we can award one teammate each who best fits each category.
Cool. So I'll say the categories and then you guys can weigh in because they're your teammates. Best dressed.
Best dressed.
I say PJ. PJ, best dressed.
Yo, I honestly, PJ.
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 Precious had some good fits too.
Precious was my number 2. Like Precious has some really good fits. Deuce tries, but some of the stuff he wears, I'm just like, no, like nah.
Worst dressed.
Worst dressed. You can't even say OG because
OG.
OG just wears team sweats. That doesn't count. Like that's not like a fit. It's not a fit. But worst dressed. OG gotta stop wearing slides though. OG gotta stop wearing slides.
I was like, you know who's fits are just clean, just Landry, just smooth. Just I like Land's style
for sure. Yo, Land puts on a fit for team planes too.
Mm-hmm. He's the only one I know, like in my 8 years in the league, that wears jeans on the plane. In my eyes, that's atrocious. No way that can be comfortable.
But
hey,
jeans, no. Jeans like it's not like we're leaving a game. Like you wear the fit to the game and you get on the team plane after. Like, no, this is like straight up like
2:00. We did the plane. We're flying out. You coming from home, jeans, atrocious pick. But hey, if you wear jeans on the plane or shorts on the plane, you're like you shouldn't be able to fly anymore. Like you should be blackballed from every airlines and all that. Like that is atrocious, diabolical behavior. Like maybe it should be extra screening at least.
What do you?
They don't care. Sweatpants.
But like no, I'm saying, but you wear shorts. Like why? What are you extra screening? Like you like.
They're mental.
All right, most improved player on the team.
Most improved.
Most improved.
Josh did have a great year. Like he hit career highs.
They'll put me in there because right now they might trade me for a New York slice right now. What Tobias Harris say? When he was in Philly, they're trading for a crumble cookie. They're gonna trade me for a Levain cookie.
Or they'll trade you for an 1800 tequila bottle.
There you go.
All right, we won't say Josh. All right, but most improved.
I'll say limited sample, but I was gonna say Land. It was with Land. It was just so tough for him because it's like he was gonna make the team, and then what was it? The last preseason game or second to last preseason game messed his shoulder up. So that was obviously a tough blow, but yeah, I guess for the sake of it, Land, he played really well, when his number was called, late in the season.
Best vibes guy / locker room guy.
Cam. Campaign.
Not even a question.
Not a question. Not a question.
Best music guy / aux cord haver.
I mean, real talk. I mean, real talk. If we're being for real, I got every genre. You got the like. Come on, like, think about it.
No,
Cold tub vibes. I mean,
I can't say Jalen because like
no, you don't want to say me. It's different.
no. I know I don't want to say you because that's what I don't want. I just shoot around. I shoot after shoot around. I shoot and I go into the locker room. I'm about to go shower, and I just hear the High School Musical soundtrack being blasted. Like
I have
it
no
could
no
be
no 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 no
it
no
could
no
be
no
the
no
hi-
no
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 it could be the High School Musical soundtrack one day.
I have
The
never.
next day he's
No, I have
playing
never.
Boss Man D-Lo.
Josh,
Like
That's
it's
range. That's range.
Josh,
range. He has great range.
I have never played High School Musical in the locker room before a game or day of a game.
No, not.
You
I
just
don't
said
know.
you just said pregame shoot. So you said
when you
I've
do
never
cold
played High School
tub,
Musical. I have never played High School Musical in the facility.
I don't know. I can't get that. I'll say Cam. I got
You're
to
just
go
gonna
Cam.
sit there and lie and say I played High School Musical before a game.
It might no in my eye. It might not have been High School Musical or at some point. Have you played High School Musical soundtrack? Not the whole soundtrack, but like a song or two from the soundtrack in the locker room or
In
like
the locker
while
room,
you're
no.
cold tubbing.
No.
I don't know. We're gonna have to ask the
While I'm
the
cold
chat.
tubbing, no.
Jalen, High School Musical 1, 2, or 3?
Ooh, 1 is the OG, obviously. Damn. I'm gonna go 3.
All right, cool. Your answer didn't sound like someone who doesn't play High School Musical. So,
the thing is, you hear what I said? I said I'd never played High School Musical in the locker room in the facility. I play High School Musical. Like I said, my wide variety of music. The range is from like Russia to Madagascar.
it's a big range.
That's the range.
It's a big range.
But no, I have not played it, and I've not played it. And Josh is going to sit there and lie on my name, which is insane.
Okay, it might not be, but it's the equivalent. I don't know exactly what like.
What is it?
It's the
What's the equivalent? Tell me.
I don't know. Something trash that you played.
Anyway,
I would say Cam music. JB has great range, but sometimes, most of the time, that's not the vibe that he might be on. I'm not sure if I'm on that vibe.
hey, that's okay.
But as long as it works for him, that's all that matters.
Okay.
That's our captain.
Thank you to 1800 Tequila, the world's most awarded tequila. We will be back next season with more awards.
As the world's most awarded tequila, 1800 Tequila is obsessed with taste.
1800 introduced the world's first añejo tequila in 1967, setting the standard for aged tequila, so they know that good taste doesn't come overnight. And we know that good taste and perfection takes time and practice. We see you putting in the work this offseason, Josh.
Hey, summer workout time.
To this day, 1800 Tequila is crafted and distilled from its original recipe using 100% Blue Weber agave. The best cocktails are the ones perfectly crafted that include 1800 Tequila.
Nothing tastes better than a subtle hint of citrus flavor of Cristalino in my espresso martinis. You know I only rock with the best.
The 1800 Blanco Tequila Knicks edition bottle is fire too.
Pick up a bottle and try it yourself or order online at 1800tequila.com. So obviously, what we're week and a half from the end of the season, the landscape of the team, the organization obviously has changed, obviously with Thibs being gone. And first, we want to give a shout out to Thibs, man, especially, for myself. He helped, make me into the player I am. I had a lot of instability in the early part of my career, and he kind of gave me that stability and that opportunity to flourish as a player in the league, a starter in the league. So I'm always going to be forever grateful for him. Obviously this is always a tough part of the NBA because you grow relationships on not just on the court, but off the court and personal relationships. So I always got love for him. But yeah, so it's always tough when there's a coaching change.
Yeah,
I know JB, you haven't had to really deal with that too much in your career, but
I mean, I've dealt with it. When Rick left Dallas.
Did he get fired?
I want to say 95% positive he left to just go to Indy. I'm 95% positive. But yeah, this is my first firing. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously I've known my entire life, but I remember like having conversations and moments with him when I was in 8th grade when we moved to Chicago. Um, and just to see like where we are now, like helping become 2-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. The things he's done for me, like obviously individually, I'm so grateful for. Just because like he had that confidence in me that like I knew I had, but like it's great to see someone like push it, like push you to be better. Like obviously I have my dad and he believes in me more than anyone. Him and my mom believe in me more than anyone. Um, but like to have Tibbs and to d- to do what he did for my career, like, I'm just so grateful and thankful for. And so yeah, not enough things can be said about what he's meant to myself, my career.
And the franchise, right? I mean, he's fully behind the turnaround.
Yeah, everyone. I'll say like especially now. Obviously, people have like their own perceptions of certain things or the end of the season or whatever it is. But he took that job when the Knicks were just buns. Like they were 20 wins. Like he took he got that job and there for 5 years, made the playoffs for 4 years, first Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years. And he helped Knicks basketball go back into like the main um you know the high the top level in the league. And he should get a lot of credit for the foundation that he built.
Obviously, like social media has their own perceptions and had their own perceptions throughout the whole season. But how much how aware were you guys of sort of the quote unquote fact that he was on the hot seat and I don't know when it finally did happen. Like, did it? I don't know. Did it catch you guys off guard?
I think we had a really good year. I think it didn't end how we wanted it to end. And sometimes when you don't the season doesn't end how you want it or how you kind of expect it to, there's always changes. Um, whether that's you know coaches, players. Like what? Tibbs was my sixth coach in 8 years. Um, so it's go. The NBA coaching profession is it's tough, and whenever you guys don't finish kind of how you wanted or expected, like I said, there's always going to be changes. It's that was a tough one, but I just think that there should be nothing but praise for him and his time in New York.
I agree, 100%.
And now there's the coaching search, and how everyone on Twitter has their own opinions to who should be hired, who shouldn't be hired, who wants to be hired.
This segment is presented by Bodyarmor Sports Drink.
Just like looking forward to next year, what do you think the biggest things? What are the biggest steps you guys need to take to be playing at this time? Like where what are the things you guys think need to be addressed?
Finishing the game.
Yeah.
Finishing the game.
No.
I feel like if we win game one, it changes a lot, but
Yeah.
we have to learn how to finish the game.
And
I don't know what else to say to that because we were playing great up until the last whatever 3-4 minutes of the game, whatever,
mhm.
and then that's
Yeah.
why you can't. That's why people are like when everyone's like it's a must-win game for like every game's a must-win. You don't know
Yeah.
what type of rhythm or momentum a team can take into game two, and like I also saw this like people like talk about like stat padding in games when game's over. Like one thing I've learned is like, hey, like if you're not having a great game, right, and you're still in the game, it's not like you're just gonna throw it away. Like you need to have like some type of game type rhythm because like you're probably not gonna have like a full out practice or a full out workout in between the NBA finals. Like you need to go and like continue to play their game the right way and like have some type of rhythm going into the next game. So like that's one thing I've learned like at this level. Like you're not like you rarely get the time to be like go full out and like work on your stuff. Like yes, you're gonna work on your stuff, but like I don't think anyone's taking like a summer workout during the NBA finals or during the playoffs. Like you gotta actually like somehow keep your rhythm, and then you get a chance at that to do it. You got to take full advantage of it. So like you just never know what type of momentum a team could have going into the next game. That's why you need to play and close out all the game for all 48 minutes. Ready to rewrite your sports drink routine? Choose Bodyarmor Sports Drink, back with a brand new look and same great taste. Bodyarmor Sports Drink has electrolytes, coconut water, vitamins, antioxidants, and no artificial dyes, flavors, or sweeteners. Find Bodyarmor Sports Drink on Amazon or at your local grocery store today. Your new routine will thank you. Bodyarmor, choose better.
Dash Pass has a members-only deal for the 2025 NBA playoff season. They swoosh, you score.
When any player scores 50 or more points in the game, Dash Pass members score a free 3-piece tenders combo meal from Wingstop. Come on, y'all. That's elite.
We're hooking you guys up this playoff season. It's only right. If we're balling out, you guys get rewarded.
Roommates fam, here's how it works to claim the deal. Just place a 3-piece tenders combo from Wingstop in your cart. Make sure your cart has a subtotal of $20 or more and drop in the promo code at checkout. Place your order and enjoy.
Sign up for Dash Pass and save more all year round with $0 delivery fees and reduced service fees on eligible orders, plus exclusive perks like this one.
Y'all have known about DoorDash for a minute, but I'm telling you, Dash Pass is your door to more savings.
When any player scores 50 or more points in a game during the 2025 NBA playoff season, Dash Pass members score a free tenders combo meal from Wingstop. Valid with use of promo code from noon to midnight the day after a 50-point game. Must have an active Dash Pass account. Terms apply.
I do have one other question. Obviously, with it being the off season and there not being a coach, but with the core right still being here, still being intact. Like I don't know, even Jalen, for you as the captain, like is it more important to kind of stay locked in with guys and be communicative over the summer because you don't have that sort of constant of hey, there's a coach, there's a system, there's a staff. Like without that, do you find that from a communication standpoint, you want to be more locked in with guys because the core is still there, you know?
Yeah, I think we have a good enough group where like we all keep in touch anyway. Like our group chat, we still talk in it. That's what people say. Like we all genuinely like each other. Like there wasn't yeah. Obviously, when you're going through it, like sometimes you have like arguments and disagreements. Like I remember the one clip that I forget which game it was, but like it was like us yelling at each other on the bench. And everyone was like, "Oh, this team has issues." Like, I'm like, "No, we're just trying to figure something out in the heat of a moment, and we don't have time for like to sit down. Like, guys, it's okay, it's okay." Like, no, like everyone shut the hell up. Let's all get on the same page and let's go. But man, I actually enjoy my teammates, regardless of what people say or think.
Yeah, I'll say that's the benefit of this group. It was such like this great dude. So like you're always gonna be like cool with with these guys no matter what, and stay in contact. Like I said, whenever there's always change in the NBA, and obviously a coaching change. There's gonna be some people that are there, some people that could not be there. Who knows? But I think we just have like such a good group of guys this past year that's like the conversation and the contacts are always there. It's funny because it's like, that's the New York Knicks partying, da 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 da, and obviously, that was 2 or 3 days after the loss, before Thibs was gone. But what a lot of people don't understand, especially like in the NBA, season, and you heard some guys say it before, like we're really with each other and our teammates and coaches and all that more than we are our family. Like that's really our family for that 9-10 months of the year. So no matter how the season ends, you always want to kind of celebrate that time that you guys have had together and like the adversity that you guys gone through. And a lot of times you do it a couple days after the season because it's now the off season. Guys are
Everyone's about to
leaving.
leave.
Yeah, guys are leaving. And like I said, no matter what, there's always changes in the NBA. So some of those guys might not be here next year. So it's like you want to hang out and show love and have fun with those guys that you just went to battle with, for 10 months, and you were with every day for 10 months. So it's it's funny to see people's outlook on it, like, oh, they didn't care or they're not serious. Where it's like, nah, it's the total opposite. But you want to enjoy everyone's company at least one more time and just have fun with those guys and embrace those guys because those are your brothers for the last 10 months.
Yeah.
So
It's all fun and games until someone's selling the pictures out to the public.
yeah, so needless to say, that photographer will not get another party from us. But
Hey,
kudos to him.
hustler.
Yeah, he had to get that back.
Hey, he's getting it.
Hey.
Yeah.
Can't be mad about that. But yeah, to double down on comfort and elevate your game on and off the court, you need to start with the essentials.
Obviously, again, we've talked about it a lot, right? First Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years, whatever. I think because Knicks fans, because they've been deprived of that for so long, I think naturally so, they're an amazing fan base. It's super easy to fall into the trap of like, it needs to happen now. And obviously, look, we're not going to beat around the bush. You guys could be in the finals right now. But when all the moves were made this past offseason, I'm curious your guys' perspective, but at least from what I see, it's like, okay, the way that we've constructed this roster and the way that we have these contracts set up, like we have a, and the way that the apron is, like we have a 2 to 3 year window with this core to like really do something special. And so I don't know, I'm curious your guys' perspective, but I just see another year of this team continuing to get better and continue to play better together and figuring out the rotations that work and all of that, at least that's my perspective. I'm curious what you guys think.
Now, if you had a perspective like you think that we could only get worse, would you tell us?
If I thought you could only get worse?
Yeah.
For sure.
You would tell us right here, like, hey guys, I don't think you guys have it. Like you guys are going to be worse.
I would say I'd figure out a nicer way to say it, but I'd be like, serious changes need to be made. There needs to be personnel. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Because I'm like, the way you were saying, like, like, I feel like, in my personal opinion, like, you guys is only up from here to have this window. In my mind, I'm like, would he say this if he didn't? Like, if he thought the complete opposite?
I guess what I'm trying to say is that people are acting like this was the only chance you had. And I think it's important to remember that it wasn't. And that you guys are only going to get better every year.
I mean, yes. Yeah, like, this was obviously a very good opportunity. But like, I also don't want our mindsets being like, hey, like, it's all good. Like, we got another shot. Like when you're that close, you're like, all right, like, let's not think about the future.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it done. So, I mean, yeah, looking at it now, like, yeah. But like during, I'm like, I don't want to hear that.
I mean, y'all know me, bro. Like I've been in the league. I've had so much just like movement in the league. In my 8 years. So it's just like in the broad scheme of things, when you like take a step back and you look at like how the team is built and all that, it's like, yeah, we're not built for one run at it. Like we wanted to be built for something that's like you have several years to get to the top of the mountain. And hopefully it's still that way. You just in the NBA, you just never know, bro. Coaching changes and all that. Like you just never know what the team is looking like in end of May to what it's going to look like in September. So I know New York's always you have to win it right. Yesterday. Double down on comfort with Tommy John. If you want to feel electric all summer and beyond, choose 360 Sport underwear from Tommy John.
With over 4 times more stretch than competing brands and innovative breathing mesh panels, this is the new sweat fighting foundation you need in the gym and out.
Check out the latest drop featuring a slick neon waistband for the guys with game.
You know Tommy John got us right just in time for the summer. They're lightweight, comfortable, they're so breathable. I mean, they just feel amazing. What do you like best about your Tommy John underwear, Josh?
I'll probably say how lightweight they are, and they don't ride up. I hate boxers that ride up, and they don't do that. They're super comfortable, so I love them. I'm going to be feeling good this off season. Got my gym here in Miami, a ball and hoop, and my Tommy John.
That's right. When you're feeling good and comfortable in your Tommy Johns, you can carry yourself with confidence, both on and off the court.
Now this is underwear with game.
Aside from comfort, Tommy John is supportive, which means they would make for a killer Father's Day gift. This Father's Day, give the gift of comfort and support with Tommy John and get 30% off site-wide right now at TommyJohn.com/roomies with promo code roomies. Save 30% site-wide at TommyJohn.com/roomies.
So we're gonna get into some picture me scrolling. We'll react to some stuff on social media that's happened over the past couple weeks. This fan is doing anything she can to help the Knicks win. Did you see this, Jalen?
Yeah, I saw this. I also
She ain't
think
doing enough.
Oh my god. Damn,
I mean,
bro.
she was
I had
icing-
a great comeback. Ooh, I had a great comeback.
I mean,
But-
she was icing his ankles, and his he finished out this, the playoffs.
Josh, I'm
healthy.
pretty sure she also went to Nova.
Oh really? Oh, shout out to her then.
I'm almost positive she went to Nova, but
She's doing this at MSG.
at MSG, yeah.
I feel like we might need to somehow find her and recreate this, but without the doll.
That'd be valid.
You know,
Yeah.
No,
I'd want to do that.
I don't know.
just work out the ankles a little bit. I throw some ice on the
I'd-
ankles. Bring them out
I'd
of the
pay to
I mean,
see
facility.
I'm
that.
good. I'm good. I'm all good.
You would, Josh, right?
Nah,
Yeah, I'd pay to
I'm
see it.
good.
Sorry, Al.
Be great content.
Sorry, Al. You see the video of the Pope put on a Nova hat?
Mm-mm. That's
Really?
fine.
No, I didn't see that.
He put on a Nova hat the other day. So we gotta give him a Knicks hat.
Yeah, there you go.
We gotta give him a Knicks hat.
You guys, when you guys are vacationing this summer in Europe, you should swing by the Vatican.
Josh, you should.
So obviously, a few reports came out that Jay was in the running, and then shortly after it came out that he was not in the running by choice, wants to stay retired. Josh, obviously you chimed in, telling him to stay retired.
Not gonna lie, a blind man could have seen that coming. Coach Wright is living life.
Yeah,
Living life. There's no way in hell. There's no one, maybe Patty, but no one that could tell him to get back out there. He's done.
Mm-mm.
When I saw that, I was like, he's not doing it.
No, it's curtains. But
Good try,
love
though,
the
man.
guy. Yeah,
Good
love
try.
the guy. Great guy.
Josh wouldn't want that for multiple reasons, though. Not just. Josh
No, I
couldn't
don't
handle
think
Coach Wright. Josh
Nah,
couldn't handle Coach Wright at this stage of his life.
Josh wants to wear flip-flops at walkthroughs still.
Yeah.
Oh,
Josh wants
me
to.
and Coach. It would be really bad for our relationship if he was Coach.
Because you're immature.
Yeah, I ain't on the scholarship no more.
Oh,
this is a different world, baby.
Speaking of which, are you guys owed a check from the NCAA?
Yes, we are.
From that thing, I don't know how much it was. How much is
Yes,
it?
we are.
Is it meaningful?
I mean, it's something.
Yeah.
It's something.
Did it say? Let's see.
I don't know. I gotta ask, but I'm pretty sure something.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations.
I'm coming for my $6.
I'm trying to see. What
Division III NIL.
I wonder how much. Hopefully we can get some good chicken
And Josh, it's going right to another watch for Josh.
from 2016 through present day.
Yeah.
Why couldn't it be like 2014? That'd be nice.
Nope. 16. Perfect.
Okay.
Josh Hart equals good guy.
What were you doing here, Josh?
I think the kid dropped the pen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Great guy.
And then I went to go get another pen, but that was like, I'll just knock out these signatures. And then I was like, I'll just come back and sign this.
That's nice of you, man.
Yeah. Nice guy. Nice kid.
This conversation is brought to you by Macy's. We are here to celebrate all the dads this Father's Day, which includes all of us this year.
Did you have a favorite moment this season with your dad?
I mean, honestly, one of my favorite moments is like when I had like the What the Rick Kobe's. Seeing what that meant to him was pretty cool. Like I thought like it was one of those ideas that like I came up with myself, and so like I thought honestly, it was like perfect. And I don't know, I just loved it. I loved the whole idea, I loved everything. It was and then when it became an all-star starter, got my dad a watch. Let me tell you this watch story. I got my dad a watch because I my dad gave me his like one time my dad gave me his Rolex. So here son, I asked him to wear it for one thing, right? Gave me it and then basically I can have it. And so whenever I get like an accomplishment, like a life achievement, whether it's like Jordan, basketball related, like I got one for my wedding. I get a watch just to kind of like, hey, that's a milestone. My dad was like, damn, it'd be nice if my son gave me a watch. I was like, oh, here, take it back. And like, I wasn't thinking, and he took the watch back and he was like, he started telling like he didn't say anything to me, but like he told like my sister, my mom, like, damn, Jalen gave me this watch back, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, like shit. I see where he's going with this. So then when I became all-star starter, I got him a watch and he was very appreciative of it. And yeah, I think I may have filled that wound. So that might be my favorite moment this year.
Let Macy's be your guide to gifting this Father's Day.
This show is sponsored by Macy's.
Father's Day is approaching, and Macy's is the perfect gifting destination. Shop for your father or all the important men in your life.
From barbecue grills and fire pits for summer nights, that nice smelling cologne jewelry, Macy's has everything you need.
I usually only get gifts from my pops and uncles, but you know, Matt, since it's your first Father's Day as a dad, I should hook you up too.
Appreciate it.
Perhaps a fire pit for your backyard. I love buying gifts for people that I will know I will enjoy using too. Perfect for our summer nights together with the fam.
Classic Josh. Honestly, that sounds fire though, no pun intended. Love a nice bonfire down the shore.
JB, I can add another in my shopping cart for you too, I guess.
Very nice of you, Josh. However you're celebrating Father's Day, whether it's a brunch, a golf outing, enjoying the outdoors, you name it, Macy's has you covered.
Shop the Father's Day gift guide now at Macy's.com/gift guide. This episode of the Roommates Podcast is presented by Chase Freedom Unlimited.
Earn 3% cash back on dining, including takeout, 3% cash back at the drugstore, 5% cash back on Chase Travel, and 1.5% cash back on everything else.
Cash back like a pro with Chase Freedom Unlimited.
Chase, make more of what's yours. Learn more at chasefreedom.com.
Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
Well, everybody, we appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode of the Roommate Show. We are back for a little bit of time during this summer, man. So, you know, it was a hell of a season. And now we're going to enjoy our time in the summer. Make sure you guys continue to tune in Thursdays, next couple weeks for some new episodes and, rocking with us. I appreciate you guys.